And so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to North and South. This is an event, a reenactment of the Battle of Fredericksburg. For those of you not familiar with it, this was fought December the 11th to the 15th, 1862 in Fredericksburg, Virginia. A battle between the Army of North Virginia, commanded by Robert E. Lee, and the Union Army of the Potomac, commanded by Major General Ambrose Burnside. Now, this is regarded as one of the most one-sided, brutal battles in the American Civil War. Under the circumstances, they decided to repeatedly charge an encamped position of the North Virginian Army, and let's just say it didn't turn out very well for them. Why Burnside decided to do that is a matter for debate, but they will have to make their way across through the village and the city and into this field so they can then engage the Confederate States of America. They will be charging up this hill, and this is the problem: open fields against guys. And bear in mind that these rifles with the mini ball, you're going to be accurate to at least 300 feet, not the standard 100 feet that the old muskets would be. So a lot of damage is going to get done, and this is going to be a brutal situation. And the guys, look at this, practicing their firing. Oh, just beautiful. Look at this. And a few people died despite that, so look at that. Fantastic stuff. Great drill there by the Confederate States of America Army. Those fine and brave souls from North Virginian Army. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, Ambrose Burnside had these great big huge whiskers down the side of his chin and all the rest of it. That's where the term sideburns come from. So, you can hear the music in the background as we wait for the arrival, as they make their way. Look at this, making their way across the pontoon bridge and into the main town.
You want to fight? Try me.
Aside from the odd person drowning on the way, but there's always going to be one. Yep, there we go, submarine. Colonel Miggs from 9th Alabama Submarine Team. A veteran Private Chase from Georgia having a few problems getting across. So, the guys making their way through past all the upturned carts, past the Church of Fredericksburg, and up to the battlefield. All these people, every single one of them, a player in his own right. And look at that, isn't that beautiful? That sheer number of folks. Here's commanding officer, or one of, Brigadier General Francis from the 5th Georgia. Fine drummer, there's Nice Walnut, and a fine name as well. Look at this, Colour Sergeant Lady Ellie. And here, of course, the man himself, the legend that is Colonel Froggy D.A., the most tactically aware of all frogs. And here is Brigadier General Wetzel, leading the boys over the bridge. Any second. Look at these guys, don't they look fantastic? Making their way past the camera. Just glorious, absolutely glorious. And a definite shout out to the North American community for North and South, which is who we are covering right now. Fantastic bunch of people. And look at these guys, carrying Old Glory with pride. Who's that? Deadhead. Lieutenant Colonel Bill Deadhead from the 9th Alabama. Look at him, carrying his flag with pride as the boys get into position, ready to face the Army of North Virginia. The music is playing. The enemy is waiting. And these guys are getting ready. Look at them, twitching, ready to go. They're ready for the inevitable charge. With a bit of head banging going on, and a musician at the far end. Fantastic stuff. Commanding officer, there we go, look at this. As the commanding officer stands on the camera. Look at these guys getting all set up. There's Colonel Monsieur from the PCA. Look at these guys. There's Lady Moraine, Colonel of the 9th Texan. Getting the boys all set up.
They will bleed for us. You won't be forgiven for this.
And there we go. So, we hear the music of the Confederate States of America in the background. Up from the hill.
No quarter.
The flag flying with pride.
No mercy.
And the defence is ready. And there we have battle cries of the soldiers. Getting the guys pumped up.
I'll rip you apart.
Fantastic stuff. And look at that, the general dismounting from his horse. He will get involved as well. And the Virginian armies are taunting their enemies. And the battle cries of the soldiers continue to ring out from down the bottom of the field.
You want to fight? Try me. You won't be forgiven for this.
Let's see.
Try
And
to
now-
leave the pretty ones alive. Die.
It's very quiet. Oh dear, random horses just died. Look at that, listen to that, that's fantastic. Here we go, boys and girls. Here we go. And here go the general. Here they go. Look at this. The Union Army moving in. And the firing has begun. These guys walking. And soon probably pick up the pace. And look at that. Monsieur killing a teammate. Oh dear. Are they going to start running soon? We'll have to wait and see. Are they holding their rifle? Are they holding their ammunition? There, they move to the first position. Getting the boys ready to shoot. Private Daniel bleeds.
Now you die.
Fine drumming work. Oh God, look at that. Oh my goodness. Holy shit, look at that. Wow, and that's the difference that being behind cover does for you, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Look at the numbers on that kill feed. And the Union Army reloads and fires again. Numbers still continue to fall. And soon they will be making the charge of that armoured wall. The stone wall providing plenty of protection.
You're pathetic.
Men continuing to die around them. And give a thought, ladies and gentlemen, to that. Oh, wow. Give a thought to the people who do this sort of thing for real. And there's the charge. The Union Army is charging up the hill towards the Army of North Virginia. We shall follow them as they move forward. As they charge into the battle. Oh, they're waiting for the fire as the Virginians wait for that moment to get the maximum number of casualties, but now multiple Virginians are being taken down as the Union Army pours in on the left-hand side of the wall as well as through that gap in the middle, and this is where the meleeing is beginning. This is where it's brutal now. Who holds the flag quietly? Second Lieutenant Soldier from Mississippi, holding on, trying to keep that flag safe. From the Union, there we go. They're regrouping around the flag. Look at this. This is just beautiful. This is so good. Wow, look at that. They've regrouped, and they're just cutting down the numbers of the Union Army. Wow, fantastic. Look at that. That is just a glorious thing to behold. And a sobering experience for those when you think about those gentlemen who did it for real. And there you have it. Round one. Fantastic. Right, well, here we go again. And crossing the pontoon bridge is the Union Army. Now, I think I think everyone's been swapped around, so everyone gets a go. So, look at this. Another cross over here. Brigadier General Mr. Man, and there's Papa and Colonel Brad getting their feet wet. Look at these guys. Fantastic. All these guys looking, getting a little bit caught in the woodwork. And there's a priest at the end. Lance Corporal Necron. Blasting everyone? No, blessing everyone. So you can see the guys now crossing the pontoon bridge. Someone just got his ankles wet. That's Wolfguard. Recruit from Mississippi. Someone's afraid of the water. For that reason. Getting their feet wet. But let's move up as this fine Union Army moves towards the battlefield. And let us have a look at the battlefield. For those of you who are not aware of the difference historically in numbers, the Union Army had 114,000 men, and the Army of North Virginia had 72,500. Just think about those numbers for a second. So, the guys moving forward. Now breaking into a run, snaking through the fields towards the battle. And you can see over here also some other fellows carrying that emerald green flag. They look beautiful. And there's Corporal Whitman at the back of the North Carolinian Regiment. Fine and brave fellows, and they're from the 63rd Virginia, 2nd Lieutenant Tempest. There's Colonel Wubby at the back, and of course Lieutenant Colonel Sergeant Ham, the hammiest of hams. You don't mess with the ham, ladies and gentlemen, you just don't do it. So, let's see what's going on. Here is Ripped Sauce, or Ripped Sauce, no, Ripped Space even. Sorry, there's Saving Ryan. There's Jackataz, there's Wolfguard, Recruit Richards, Patrick Henry, Imperial Pilot, Kilroy, Colonel Mason, Mad Ball, more Mad Ball, Recruit Donger, wonder if that's a reference to Northern Lion, Corporal Hesh, And there's Proskauer and Colonel Castle of the Mississippi Regiment.
You're mine.
And there's Papa with fine music as the boys are lined up. And behind them, the reinforcements. You can see here the 4th Texans and the North Carolinians. Cadet Jose. And there's W. And now they're moving these guys around. There's Corvo Babe 69. Chaplain Gandalf. Oh, look at this, doesn't it look fantastic? And some priest work at the front. Corporal Necron blessing the men. And medicing, making sure everyone's ready to go. Who's that fine medic? Sergeant Ham. Listen to those war cries. Wow. Just fantastic. Just amazing. And yeah, it does make you think about... It makes me think about the guys who did this for real. How brave you had to be to stand up to guns like that. And just stand there and reload and shoot. Makes you... There we go. The General getting set up. Brigadier General Mr. Mann. And over here on his left is Major Daniels from the Picket Staff. And Papa doing a fantastic job with the battle cry of freedom. And these guys really getting into the chat. This is fantastic. We lost our drummer, might as well surrender. Look at that. Mercenary sneaky cheese as well. Look at that. Oh, Reese. Here we go. Looks like they're already starting. Oh, there comes the fire from the Virginians. And they're getting ready to form their line and fire. He returned. Oh, goodness. But these guys are not behind cover. Their enemy are. And this could turn out badly as Corporal Whitman has bled to death. Oh, goodness me. The left side of the line just got brutally hit. And these guys, the line's starting to wobble a little bit, but understandably considering the fire coming in from the Virginians as the Union continues to fire back. And the charge is underway. They're firing. The bayonets are going out. And the charge to the wall. The Union Army. No, they're going to reform and fire again. A sneaky cheese AU has been killed by Colonel Wubby. And now, oh, look at this. The fire coming in from the Virginians. Doing absolute devastating damage to the Union Army. And these guys trying to dodge. Poor old Papa goes down. And now you can see the melee beginning over here. By the position. As Lady Moraine defending herself. Oh, this is brutal. Brutal fire coming on. Lady Moraine in trouble. And look at this fantastic stuff going on here. With lots of mass murdering going on all over the place. A little bit of stabby goodness as well. Oh, it's fantastic stuff. And the Union won the round. Wow. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Holy crap. Well, let's see. Let's move on to the next round. Well, Here we are again in Fredericksburg, making our way through the town. Past the church as we hear the Confederate States of America Army behind us. And we move in towards the Union Army, making their way across the pontoon bridges for the inevitable attack. Here they go. Oh, for God's sake. Hated Opus. Thinks he can make it across. He thinks he's a submarine. It's not going to work out well for poor old Opus. Reset for Opus. And down he goes. Submarine Opus is no more. Never mind. Look at these boys. A little bit of a getting their feet wet as they make their way across that bridge area. And look at that. Fantastic. As these guys making their way across the pontoon bridge and getting set up. The priests. I noticed they're only blessing one side. Sneaky cheese. Ah, always been blessed by sneaky cheese. And here is Veteran Private Chase from Georgia.
What a piece of rubbish.
Thank you. So, as here is E. Anderson. Look at this. Fantastic work from the preachers there. As Pop-Tart War of the 5th Georgian. Now who's carrying Old Glory? Bill Deadhand, Lieutenant Colonel of Alabama. So, making their way through the fields of the town of Fredericksburg and up towards the bridge and the battle. Who is this? There's Staff Sergeant Polish. And here, Recruit Harrisai. And Recruit Jaffez, or Jaff Zed, from the 8th Virginia. And here we go. The boys getting set up now. Let's go and see how the Confederate States of America are doing the fine North Virginian Army. And there's Corvo Babe 69. Whoops-a-daisy, someone fired early. Oh, wow. And look at that, Froggy with the cannon into Colonel Mason and Major Metallic. There's Tampa TGL and the evilest of the Froggies. And look at that, they started charging already. As the Virginians are firing back at the Union. As the cannons continue to explode, the horses charge. And the men from the Union Army make their way through the field. Look at that. With a random saluting from Firion as he charges into battle. And a little bit of team killing going on there, as well as Colonel Wubby gets taken down with a bayonet. Sergeant Cone and Tempest and Crystallix. And Sergeant Farts has been killed from the 3rd Virginia. As if Veteran Private Crispy, not so crispy anymore. More bleeding occurring. As this is a very nasty situation, as now the Union Army floods into the defensive positions of the Confederate States of America Army. And the Virginians are fleeing. Yep, they're on the back foot. This is not looking good. Commanding officer up here. Wetzel being attacked and multiply stabbed. And the Union has won the round. Wow. Fantastic. Well, not one to take a defeat. The Confederate States of America will fight the battle again. I guess you could call this day 2, or day 3, or day 4, difficult to say. But either way, let's see. As Froggy DA's taken down Private Trumps. Wow. Cannon fire from the frog. Oh, wow, look at this. The guys really got to watch themselves. And making their way across this stone bridge. These guys are going to have to get it set up damn fast. And down goes Colonel Brad and Corporal Necron. Wow. Orifice aim. Definite orifice aim. This bridge is somewhat dipped in the middle. Very strange bridge, but never mind. As there's Froggy taking down Recruit Richard and Sergeant Farts. Poor old Mr. Man. Oh, look at those cannonballs coming down. Fantastic stuff coming in from the North Carolina artillery. And it looks like they ain't going to even wait. They're charging up the field almost immediately.
You won't be forgiven for this.
Yes, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. As the cannons get taken over very quickly. And the Union charges over as Opus gets taken down. Poor Opus. As Brigadier General Francis is moving out on the left flank. Volunteer Delirious from the 8th Virginia has just been taken down. Oh, look at this. Brutal shooting going on here. Poor old Delirious has died. So many team kills going on there. The fun and games that it is. Mass murder and genocide. Courtesy of a bayonet and bullets. Holding on to Old Glory. Sneaky Cheese AU. The sneakiest of cheeses. What's over here? The Union chasing down their quarry. Major Daniels from the picket staff. Recruit Jaff Zed. And you can see saving Ryan. Didn't get saved. If anything, I think got team killed. And there we have it. The end of another round. Well, that's going to be the end of the event for today. Ladies and gentlemen, my thanks obviously to the Dixieland Army NA for organising this event, for all the regiments that attended, to every single player on this server. Thank you very much. Appreciate you watching, hope you've enjoyed it, and my thanks to everyone. We'll see you again soon.